Hi, my name is Matt Duba. I'm a software developer with DES, and I will be demonstrating the HomeSuite app that we have developed for the iPad. If I tap the HomeSuite app, it will connect to the residence. First thing you'll notice is how quickly it connected. We are connected with Wi-Fi right now and a VPN connection, so it is a secure remote connection to the home. You'll notice the different systems we have on the bottom. We have audio, HVAC, lights, paging, intercom, and security. For global status, we use floor plans. So on here you have the basement with the audio status icons for each room. If I were to swipe, it would change floor plans. And I swipe back to get back to the basement. If I wanted a more detailed view of the floor plan, I can zoom in and navigate the floor plan. That's a general overview of the app. Next, I'll be talking about audio. Now I'll demonstrate how we control audio for the residents using the HomeSuite app. Here we have our floor plans. Notice all the rooms are off. I can zoom into an area. If I'd like to play the iPod somewhere, I simply drag and drop the iPod over into the room. If I'd like to control that room, I tap that room, open up a room control. Notice I still have my sources available, and iPod is selected. I have my transports to where I can pause my iPod, stop my iPod, or start playing it again. I have my volume control, raise the volume a little bit. I can make it quieter. Or I can tap this button right here to mute the audio. Tap it again to unmute. Make it a little louder. If I want to turn it off, I simply tap the power button. Or if I want to select a different source, start playing XM radio by tapping XM radio. If I wanted to play the same source throughout the entire residence, simply go over to my sources and double tap a source. Notice all my icons now have changed to XM radio. Or I could select Kaleidoscape. If I want to control my source, simply tap my source button once. Now I can navigate to a song. Turn the whole house off, I double tap off. Control my iPod, tap iPod. This is controlling the CEN iDock. Now I've changed my song. Simply tap outside to close. Now that I selected my song, I can play it outside. And that's audio. Now we are connected to the HVAC system of the residence. You notice instead of the audio off icons, we have thermostat status for each room. So this room is now running cool, and it's 72.2 degrees. If I tap the area, it'll highlight. Once I release, I now have my room control. I can change the modes and change the heat or auto. Notice when I change modes, I have different buttons to where I can set my set points. In auto, I have both heat and cool. To adjust set points, I simply just drag and drop. Slide it along the thermometer. The thermostat supports humidifier. I can enable the humidifier, and I can set my humidity set point. I can turn off my humidifier. We also support thermostat scheduling. Right now I do not have a schedule, so I just need to tap Add. I can set my time for weekday wake. Set for 8 a.m. Now you'll notice I'm running weekday wake. Tap Edit again. I can simply remove that schedule. And notice I'm no longer running weekday wake. Notice if I set my cool set point a little higher, nothing's going to happen, but if I set it lower, it's going to turn the cool on and the fan on. So you have status of what the thermostat's actually doing rather than just what mode it's currently trying to run. Turn off my thermostat and my set point will slide away. I'm going to set it back to cool, back to 74 degrees. And that's how we control HVAC. Here's our lighting control. Notice on the floor plan, we have all the lighting loads for the residence. If I were to zoom in, I can get a detailed view of that area. So notice that the lights are on in this room. So I can tap this area and it'll open up the keypad available for that area. I can drag over my keypad so I can see my room. Simply tap a button to turn it on. And now you'll see the fan spinning. If I tap the button again, it's a multi-speed fan, so you'll see the speed of the fan has changed. Lights that can be dimmed have a wheel on the button. So I simply press the wheel and I drag, and I can set that light to 45%. Or I can tap the button to turn it off, or tap it again to turn it to 90%. Each room has different keypads, so you're presented with the buttons dynamically. Notice how it resizes based on how many buttons are available for that area. On the left side, we have our global scenes that are available for the residents. So the Fiories have good night, landscape, Christmas, and all off. So I can tap my landscape button to turn on my landscape lights. Or tap good night to call that preset. And that's how we control lighting. Now we're connected to our paging system. Notice on the floor plans we have our paging icons. These represent distributed audio rooms. So when I start selecting rooms, my status bar will pop up, informing me which rooms I'm selecting. If I want to create a preset, all I have to do is press and hold one of the preset buttons. Once it lights up, that means that preset has been set. So if I were to clear the presets, and then call up preset 2, those rooms I just set are recalled. Now if I were to tap page, that's going to make the call. This means that I'm now connected to those distributed audio rooms. I can show that by going over to distributed audio. Now, those rooms I selected are paged from DES iPad, and my announcement's being heard over the distributed audio speakers. Now notice this call icon up here. I can tap that icon. Now I can end my page. Notice those icons are now off. And that's paging. Now we're connected to our intercom system. For intercom, we can do iPad to touch panel, iPad to iPad, iPad to telephone, or iPad to door station. So notice on the floor plan, we have touch panel icons, iPad icons, telephone icons, and door station icons. So to connect to a touch panel, all I have to do is tap the touch panel, and it'll make a connection to the bar. So now I'm connected to the bar. I'll end my session. If I want to make an iPad to iPad, just tap the iPad. Now I'm waiting for a response from the other iPad. So now I'm connected and I can have two-way communication with an iPad. I'll end that call. Do the same thing with phone and a door station. So for the door station, it's the same thing. Just connect to the front door. And now I can talk to someone that's standing at the front door. Now if I make a connection, I can talk to someone while I'm controlling my system. So I can go over to HVAC or lights, and if I want to get back to that call, I don't have to go to intercom. I can just click this call icon, and it'll tell me who I'm connected to and the duration of the call, and I can simply end that call. And that's intercom. Here we are connected to our security system. On the left side, you'll see our global security status. Right now the system is ready. If I wanted to arm the system, I simply tap away or stay to arm away or arm stay. Now it's going to request that I enter the PIN. I'm going to enter 1234, but that is not the PIN, so it'll tell me that is an invalid PIN. If it were the valid PIN, it would tell me that the system is armed, and it would have a disarm button for me to be able to disarm the system. You notice on the floor plan, all these green icons, those represent door contacts and window contacts. So if a door were to open, it would start flashing red. Also on the floor plan, we have cameras for surveillance. If I tap a camera, it'll open a real-time stream for that camera. There's the driveway, or I could view the pool. If I want to take a snapshot, I just tap this camera button there. And now that saves it to our photos album. So now I can go to our photos and see that that's saved to our photos. And that's security. Another feature that we offer is push notifications. Push notifications are alerts that are sent from the processor when an event occurs. For example, a security alert, or maybe your wine cellar temperature is higher than you would like it to be. We've just received a security alert, so if I tap View, it'll open the HomeSuite app, and notice how it jumped from audio to security. So now I could view my security alert. Other alerts, for example, would be project updates. So if the project file is changed, we'll send push notifications and alert you that the change has been made. So you'll see the project update is available. And now I could update the app by simply pressing this refresh button. And that's push notifications.